Well, I mean, looking at this, it has 79,000 backers and it's
Oh yeah,
raised $25 million
it
Canadian.
smashed it. It smashed it in like
Wow.
in under 10 hours or something. It had crossed like $9 million
So
or something.
I think, if I'm
ridiculous.
not mistaken, this is now the biggest Kickstarter project of all time.
Yeah.
And I think
I
it,
think
it
so.
was that after day one.
I know it was like the quickest to 10 million or something like that.
Yeah.
It was like insanely fast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it was the Pebble smartwatches or something were
Yes,
the
yeah,
top
was
for
the
a
top
while.
one.
And
And I
then
think that was 15 million or 25 or something.
yeah, and I think I saw that yesterday that the Kickstarter was only like a couple million off. And
Yeah.
yeah, today I'm assuming it just smashed straight through it.
Wow. That's, I mean, okay, so will you guys be pledging for this?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think so.
I might have to skip the swag boxes just
Yeah.
because like $900 is a lot of money to just shell out in one
Yeah.
go. Yeah, I don't know which tier I'm going to go in for yet, just because I would really like those hardcover books to go on my shelf, but we'll see what happens.
I mean, these just like teaser covers are so cool already.
Yeah. I was going to say as well, it has been confirmed that 3 of them are Cosmere related.
Okay, 3 are Cosmere.
And
wow, okay.
one of them is
Nice.
about a character that we've already met but doesn't have a main story about.
Okay, cool.
Cool. Okay, so you guys are gonna pledge to this. I'm on the fence. I want to pledge to it just because of what it is. I might never read these books, but because this is like a fantasy author Kickstarter, which is now the biggest Kickstarter of all time, I feel inclined as a fan of the genre and the medium to pledge just to be part of it. But I imagine like if this was one of my favorite authors, like it is for you, Matt, I would be right there too.
Like
if this was Evan Winter or Anthony Ryan, like I would be, and what sort of precedent does this set? Like this could change everything when we talk about relations between, authors and publishing companies. Like, I mean, imagine you're the person negotiating the next deal for Brandon Sanderson now.
Oh, exactly, right?
I could walk away at anything below $12 million, man. I don't need it. I'll just go back to Kickstarter.
Yeah.
That's insane. Like, I even know like Vox Machina, like different medium for sure. And obviously like the prices are way higher when we talk about something about releasing like a show or making a show. But for books, $25 million, what the fuck?
It's insane. Like when I saw that, like how quickly it had smashed through all of its goals, my mind was blown. I was like, I just kept seeing memes about, I don't know if you guys have watched Breaking Bad. There's the big bodyguard guy who just is like laying on the money. It's just, I just saw so many memes saying Brandon Sanderson and his wife after looking at the Kickstarter, because it's just like, that is a mind-boggling like amount of money in such a short period of time. And yeah, like you said, Matt, it really changes the game, because at this point, I mean, if you think you have a successful book and you have a name for yourself already in the industry, you can just look to this and be like, you know what, maybe I don't need to go like haggle with a publisher for every cent and dime to try and get this across the line now.
Like, so, I even look at like, we're all familiar with the RPG community, and a lot of those books are, direct to consumer through things like Kickstarter, Indiegogo, or even like drive-through RPG and stuff like that. And they have been like ultra successful.
Yeah.
So now seeing it move over into like storytelling, like novels being explored on Kickstarter, I'm like, what are the benefits if someone like, Evan Winter after Rage of Dragons just went straight to Kickstarter, opposed to, signing with Orbit or whatever the case is. Orbit, we love you, by the way, but I'm like, this could change like literally everything in what we know of like distribution for books. And I don't know, I just think that's fascinating. Obviously Brandon Sanderson is like, one of the bigger authors in the fantasy community for sure, but wow, just that number is staggering. Like,
yeah, it's a madness, pure madness.
I think I saw an interview recently with Sam Riegel where part of the Vox Machina team saying, when it started to become millions and millions of dollars, there was a lot of like, I had to go into the bathroom and like vomit because like I just couldn't comprehend the amount of money. And that was a team of people, right? Yeah. And that was a team of people with a background in, making animated projects to a certain extent. So these type of numbers for Brandon Sanderson, I can only imagine what that fucking first hour, 2 hours was like. You're like, oh shit, now I have to actually do this shit. And he's already done it. It's like, oh man.
he really is inhuman in the way he writes. It's
Mhm.
ridiculous, man. I just don't get it. Like, you see people like George R. R. Martin and stuff struggling to finish things and like really just kind of losing track of where they're going with all their stuff. And Sanderson is like, I got stressed, so I wrote a full series, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, you're like,
Yeah,
"Fuck."
it's funny. It's like, what did you think an author was going to do in the COVID shutdowns? Like,
Yeah.
I just kept writing.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know,
Yeah.
so many less interviews to do. I like thinking about it in that perspective of like Brandon Sanderson, like you say, Matt, being a Giga Chad and just be like
Yeah,
George
yeah.
R. R. Martin soft.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
I
No, but
love
for
that.
real, he writes like in 1 year, he's written more than some authors put out in like a decade.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Patrick Rothfuss right now is sitting at home going, How
Yeah,
do you do this, man?
Yeah.
I haven't been able to finish one book in like 10 plus years. How are you doing this? It doesn't make sense.
Right.
I'm still like, yeah, I want to pledge this just again, just to be a part of it. But like,
Mhm.
yeah, maybe I have to get into Cosmere now.
Look, man, I got a bunch of books for you, Matt.
Yeah.
I got a lot of books.
Well, yeah, right on.
Anyway, yeah, that'll do it for our Kickstarter conversation.
Okay, yeah, let's jump over into something. I'm gonna ask you guys. I'm gonna start this this subject with a question. Luca, what is the origin of orcs in the Tolkien universe?